Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Junior, and I'm honored to be your chair for this presentation on community connect session. And then alongside me is Mr. Aris, who will be the one of the presenter, also a co-chair in this presentation. And I'm very nervous. Oh yeah, and along with Mr. Aris, there is Mr. Budi and Mr. Jazuli who will deliver the insightful presentation today. So let we start for the first presenter. There is Mr. Aris. The time is yours. Oh yeah, and forget your time is 6 minutes, and then the last we will be held question and answer for 50 minutes.
Check. Thank you, Nia. Good morning, all participants. Honor for me standing in front of you as a speaker. I am Aris from Indonesia, from community PR. We are implementing a program from Global Fund in 2021 until 2022. Okay. PR Consortium Community Penabulu STPI is implementer of Global Fund in Global Fund Cycle 6. We are formed by two organizations in Indonesia, Penabulu Foundation and Stop TB Partnership Indonesia. We formed in 2020, and we collaborate as joint operation unit as implementer in Global Fund program. We work in 30 province, coverage 190 district, and the main activities of the program is active case finding through contact investigation. We also have more than 9,000 community cadres, and we also conduct awareness of TB in community, and we refer the suspect to the health facility, and make sure the suspect is getting TB test in health facility. We also refer the suspect to get TB prevention therapy, especially in under 5 years old. We also have a case holding in TB treatment by patient supporter and for TB MDR, and also TB case holding by cadre for TB drug sensitive. We also have a complementary support, just like we collaboration with faith-based organization, we collaboration with all philanthropy organization to provide just like nutrition support for TB patient. We provide just like car to access the health facilities, and we conduct the training for TB survivor, just like produce the egg salt in separate area. And for the complementary support, we collaborate with POPTB. POPTB is Patient Organization Association in Indonesia. They are umbrella organization with the local organization in many province, and POPTB is a non-profit organization with a social and humanitarian mission to support Indonesian government in TB elimination. The organization was founded by TB survivor, and then dedicated to fight against TB. The main objective of POPTB is increase the number of regional patient organization and advocacy activities to strengthening the quality of health service. As an umbrella organization, POPTB acts as mediator between patient and stakeholder TB in national or in province or districts. POPTB have four main focus. And the first is organization formation. POPTB try to form the new organization in new district area or new province. Then increasing the organizational capacity, advocacy regarding not only budget policies but how the quality of TB services is increased, and then encourage increased access for TB patient on or treatment. Conducted the raising awareness about TB, about treatment, and about health-seeking behavior. The role of POPTB have a role plays a crucial role in improving TB management and control in Indonesia by promoting patient center and engaging communities TB in Indonesia. POPTB have initiative to raise public awareness and reduce stigma associated with TB disease. Why awareness and action regarding TB are crucial in Indonesia? Because Indonesia is a highest burden TB in the world. We have a rank number two based on global TB report. The incidence of TB is more than 1 million, and the MDR TB is more than 31,000. Indonesia also have a problem with stigma and discrimination. PR Consortium conducted the TB stigma assessment, and then the percentage of the stigma and discrimination is 15%. And then the main challenge, barrier to access, because we have a geographical challenge. We have a lot of island, and the limited healthcare infrastructure and financial constraint of patient. The main challenge is a human right perspective. It's not only about health issues, but how the people get the access of the health. And then is community engagement. Indonesia has a lot of civil society organization, have more of faith-based organizations, philanthropist organization, and others. So community engagement is part of how to be crucial in Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Aris. And for next, I will present it about the situation, TB situation in Indonesia. Okay, as Mr. Alis explained before, that Indonesia is ranked second on worldwide in TBC, yeah, in TB. And each year, every hours, 93,000 deaths each year, and 11 people death every hours. 11 people death every hours in Indonesia, you know, and that's affect productive people that as of 45 until 55 years old in Indonesia, and also there is a large of number in TB and HIV also in Indonesia. And then out of the estimate more than 1 million, as that Mr. Ari says, that only 45.7% that report and detected as a positive TBC in Indonesia. Yeah, there is so many challenges and barriers faced by TB patients in assessing services. Number one is stigma and discrimination. As we know that TB is often stigmatized. It's not only sick, but it's also stigma and discrimination over the people with TB. And then people with TB with lack of awareness and education also. Many people are not aware of the symptoms of tuberculosis, and then how it's spread. Many people in rural or urban society in Indonesia doesn't know how TB will affect our family, their community like this. So there is so many people don't know about how TB is spread. And then the challenges number 3 is limited access to healthcare TB services. There is a people in rural or remote area may have a limited access to healthcare services, and then which can make it difficult for them to access TB testing and the treatment. And then number 4 is high cost of treatment. Even the TB drugs in Indonesia is for free, but if someone is getting sick because the the other effect of TBC, maybe HIV or the other disease. Nah, if we are not getting insurance or something like that, it will be high cost of treatment of them. Then number 5 is lack of social supports. The patient with TB may need a social support to help them manage their treatment and cope with the emotional, also a psychological effect of the disease. So I think without the adequate support, patient may struggle to complete the treatment. There is a loss to follow up, initial loss to follow up like this. So they not continue the treatment because there is a challenge and barrier faced by TB patient in assessing services like this. And then how we can ensuring human right in TB care and management. First, we can do the protecting and health well-being of TB patient. As we know that TB as a several disease can be life-threatening, and we can providing an adequate care and support is essential to ensure that well-being of the affected population. And then by promoting equality and non-discrimination, as we know that TB is not only a disease on also it's not only people that sick, but this also face the stigma and also the discrimination. And then by strengthening healthcare system, by promoting patient-centered care, maybe we have a first healthcare center as we know Puskesmas in Indonesia. There is promoting patient-centered care, improving access to healthcare service, and fostering trust between patient and healthcare provider. Also, POPTB has a patient supporter and then patient supporter and case manager to provide the strengthening healthcare system. And then number 4 is reducing the spread of TB. And then the last is upholding international human rights standards that will be explained more by Mr. Jasuli and Mr. Budi. Yeah. Next, because I'm also on the chair, please Mr. Aris as co-chair too.
The next, Mr. Jajuli. Jajuli is from POPTB. Please, the time is yours, Mr. Jajuli. 88 minutes.
Okay, good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. My name is Ahmad Jajuli. I'm from POPTB Indonesia as Community Development. Thank you for attend our discussion. Okay, I want to talk about successful initiative about by TB survivor organization in Indonesia. First thing is foster community engagement. We aim to foster community engagement in the development of the action strategy and national action plan for the TB sub directorate of the Indonesian Ministry of Health. This involvement is crucial to ensure sustainable funding for the TB program. The next is mobilize communities. We aim to mobilize communities to encourage their involvement in community-based monitoring feedback mechanism, or we address about it is with laportbc.id. And the next is initiative cross-sector meetings. We will initiate cross-sector meeting at the regional level involving stakeholders, including the private sector, to actively participate in regional and national TB program. Next, encourage the Ministry of Health, Provincial Health Services. We aim to encourage Ministry of Health, Provincial Health Services, and referral hospital to improve and update their reporting records to ensure timely payments for transport support or enablers for DRTB patient. And the next, enhancing organizational capacity. We aim to enhance our organizational capacity by conducting training sessions, workshops, and meetings. Okay, sorry. Forming patient organization. Unlocking the power of collective action, we are forming patient organization in 6 provinces, including the Riau Island, East Nusa Tenggara, South Kalimantan, South Sulawesi, Bali, and West Sumatra. This is in 20 and 22. And for the 20 and 23, we have Bengkulu, North Sulawesi, East Kalimantan, West Nusa Tenggara, and Bangka Belitung. And the next, encourage the Indonesian country coordinating mechanism. We strongly encourage the Indonesian country coordinating mechanism to include DRTB survivor as member of the CCM. At present, we have 2 community members as part of the CCM Indonesia. Next, we provide a shelter as residential option for patients. We offer a shelter as a residential option for patients who reside far from the referral hospital. This allows them to receive treatment while minimizing the risk of transmission on public places or transportation. Next, connecting patient organization. We aim to connect patient organization with funding opportunities through multi-stakeholder forums that involve representative from various sectors, including the private sector. And the last, conducting advocacy based on evidence. Our approach is to conduct advocacy based on evidence with full community involvement to demand better policies for TB patient and other population affected by TB. So that's all. For the next, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jajuli. Explain about how POPTB work, forming a new organization in district and new province, have a member in CCMs. Thank you. And the next is Mr. Budi Hermawan. You have 8 minutes, and the time is yours. Budi.
Next dulu, Jay. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Budi Hermawan. May I talk about the empowering role of TB survivor organization? How TB survivor organization raise awareness and reduce stigma. Currently, POPTB consists of 22 TB survivor organization in 16 provinces in Indonesia and has become thematic and gender-related barriers to TB services under consortium community Penabulu STPI. Employers, innovative and community-based intervention as a thematic, sub-recipient of the Global Fund for Removing Human Rights and Gender-Related Barriers to End Services for TB employ innovative and community-based intervention with a spectrum of meaningful community engagement TB response. And then campaign and advocacy for POPTB raise awareness about TB drug campaign and advocacy for targeting the general public, policymaker, and healthcare provider. And promoting well-being and human rights, POPTB creates hotline support for and by people with TB aimed at promoting well-being and human rights through the WhatsApp application. And then establish community-based monitoring atau community-led monitoring POPTB established community-based monitoring feedback to strengthening service quality on the TB program, known as Lapor TBC, support Stop TB Partnership Global, and Adur Technology. And collaborating with healthcare, province, and government. One, comprehensive campaign. POPTB has effectively raised awareness about TB through the comprehensive campaign that included TB awareness program, over 100 radio, network, media briefing, and public campaign. And reaching over 150 healthcare, raising over facilities and programmatic management of drug-resistant TB, PMDT Hospital in 13 province nationwide, cross-sector and community-centered approach. We are working toward assessing TB elimination by increasing local government leadership and cross-sector and community-centered approach. In addition, POPTB has active CRG, Community and Gender Response, team consisting in 40 people from 20 city districts in industrial area are working to address the challenge of TB prevention and treatment. And then TB hotline, as of the TB hotline receives 153 reports, with the majority of response being 64%. The most common issue report were related to drug side effects, followed by stigma and discrimination, and TB service issue developed to provide medicine and multi-sectoral assistance. So far, they have handled 8 cases, helping to ensure that TB patients receive the support they need to overcome this challenge. Thank you. Thank you very much. Came to Haris Subakti.
Not for me, Mr. Budi. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Budi, for a very, very outstanding and very insightful presentation. And then, as I mentioned before, there is time for question and answer. There is 15 minutes for question and answer. You can scan the barcode here or there, and then write your question, or maybe some of you will have a question by raise your hand, because there is no question in here, I see. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. My name is Nurlianti. I'm also from Indonesia. One of the interesting thing that I get from the presentation is about the shelter. All of us know that our government currently in progress to develop kind of shelter again in Indonesia. And maybe my point of question is, how is your opinion about the effectiveness of this kind of shelter in developing, like maybe resulted in any outcomes regarding the treatment for the patient? Is there any effectiveness or efficiency regarding this kind of shelter that can we discuss with the government in the development of the shelter? Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Mrs. Nuryanti. So, who will be answer this question about the shelter, about the effectiveness of the shelters? Oh yeah, Mr. Aris will answer.
Okay, thank you. May answer the question on behalf of PR community about shelter is I think it's very useful for the MDR-TB patient, because we have facing problem about a geographical issue and limited access to initiate the TB MDR to enrollment treatment. So the the shelter is very useful for the patient who come from outside of the district or province, because referral of health system in Indonesia, especially for MDR-TB, is have a quiet problem. So the shelter, uh, we think, is a good intervention to support the patient to enroll the treatment. Maybe Pak Budi or Pak Jajuli add some information about shelter.
Yeah, I think shelter is very useful for the patient uh, to make the transportation is near to the hospital. So that the shelter is a must point we have to for the patient.
Thank you for the answers, Mr. Aris and Mr. Jajuli. Uh, any other question from Mrs. Nurianti?
Yeah, maybe like a following question regarding the shelter. Do you have any challenges in implementing this kind of shelter that we can learn from it and then yeah, help us to develop another shelter?
And the challenges to build the shelter on. You will answer this, Mr. Aris or Mr. Jajuli or Mr. Budi?
Yes, we have a challenge to to get the to yes to looking for houses to as a shelter, because the local authority is discriminate the TB, and they don't giving permission to sub-recipient, because we collaborate with as sub-recipient to provide the shelter, and the local authority is don't give the permission when the sub-recipient is provide the shelter in that area. I think the big problem to provide the shelter in the province or district level.
Okay. Thank you. You are add another information, Mr. Budi? Or it is enough?
Other challenge is about the financial issues, because the shelter is we provide shelter near from the health facility, from the hospital, and the apa, harga the price is higher in the area near the hospitals. The second challenge.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Aris. Yeah, it's again and again it's about stigma and discrimination, right? Yeah, some people with affected by TB is not easy to get the facility. It's about shelter. It's about money. It's about a lot of uh, a lot of discrimination and stigma in Indonesia. So, for the conclusion, let me say, are you, Mr. Aris? Oh, it refers to me. Yeah. No? There is another question before I. Oh, yeah, thank you, Mr. Eric Post.
Yes, good morning. I'm Eric Post, also from Indonesia nowadays. But no, what I was wondering, you were saying that you were working with 150 hospitals, correct? 150 hospitals. So what is the resonance, or how do these hospitals work with you? Is that going well, or how does that happen? Can you explain a bit more about that?
SR. Oh, you can explain it, Mr. Budi or Mr. Jazuli. Okay. This about the health facilities that covered by POP TB, right?
50 healthcare facilities reached by the case managers, and also the case managers in that hospital is become more important. How to manage the every case, the new case, and how to uh, provide any facilities, and the main issue about the uh, how the health facilities uh, can give the what is I mean like this, the case manager is not only welcome by the uh, by the healthcare facilities, because uh, the hospital needs about the MOUs, about the contract, about what is the goals of the program. So the case manager still facing the barriers about the goals of the programs. But in the last program in PR Consortium, we have the already already the good deals about that. So I think in the last years we have already established about that, about the barriers about anything else. Yes, becomes better. But I think in the next years and in the next cycles about the program, we need to make the new MOUs, new contract. I hope we hope that's more more good and better and better. Thank you. Any addition?
Yeah, another question?
Let's say with those hospitals and you say treatment supporters or patient supporters or whatever name you give it to it, what is the reaction of the patients to this?
Yeah, you will answer it, Mr. Jazuli, or just me? So, the patient support is very, very important for psychological support for people affected with TB, Mr. Eric Poso. There is so many patient supporter, and then managerial case manager, yeah, case manager that very, very provide the people affected with TB to support them to go to the health facilities, to encourage the patient to go to the health facilities to get the drugs of TB, and then support them to go to the other facilities to get treatment like this. This very full social support they give to the patient people affected by TB.
No, the treatment supporters. How do you call them? Um, who are they? Are they themselves to be survivors, or are they staff from the hospital, or and does this whole thing, does it result in POP TB member organizations getting more members?
Yeah,
Is that happening?
yeah. You will
Yes,
answer
the
it?
majority
Yeah.
of case manager and patient supporters come from TB survivor,
Yeah.
and they work by POPTB to strengthen the capacity of when they give uh, uh, assistance to patients. And we have the data when we compare TB, DRTB patient with assisting by patient supporter and not, is the treatment success rate is bigger in TB patient assist by patient supporter. Patient without assist by patient supporter have a number of loss to follow up is higher, Pak Eriks.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Eric Post. There is another question. Yes, please.
First of all, I'm sorry for being late. But I'm Asida. I'm from Indonesia as well, and I'm curious and interested in the challenges that you already faced previously, and what is exactly you have done, or you already did to overcome this kind of challenges. Thank you.
This is about the challenges in tuberculosis in Indonesia. Yeah, yeah. Will be answered. You, Mr. Jajuli maybe, or just me, or Mr. Budi. Yeah. We will provide you, Mr. Budi, if you wanna say something.
Ah, you can speak in Bahasa.
Yeah. You can speak in Bahasa and we will translate it. Okay. Maybe I will try to answer first or
Yes, I think in Indonesia we have facing challenge about stigma and discrimination, because the highest of stigma and discrimination is facing the access to as facing the barrier to access, and we have difficulties about geographical area. Some of a remote area have difficulties to access the health facility, just like in island, in the remote area in island. And about I think the cultural obstacle, just like a myth, like a folklore about a treatment of TBC is a part of the challenge in Indonesia, I think.
okay, thank you, Mr. Aris. Yeah, in urban area, rural, urban, and then remote area in Indonesia, there is not everyone know what is TB, how it can be spread like this. So there is the most challenges, and they also faces stigma and also discrimination. It's maybe the time is up, or on the other question, please no. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. For the last question, maybe there is no question again. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. For the conclusion, yeah, maybe Mr. Arif, you will close it the session, or just.
Yeah, I think this session is about the role of the TB survivor organization. And in Indonesia, we have a POPTB, and POPTB have a member in a lot of province and district. They have a good contribution to in elimination TB in Indonesia, just like raising awareness, uh, conducted Know Your Right campaign, conducted community-based monitoring and feedback, advocacy, the good policy in strengthening the quality of health service, and we try to support the POPTB to more strengthen and have a more member in a new province. I think is the conclusion of discussion. Thank you for your participation, and apologies if my team have difficulties in explain in English, because we have Pak Budi, Pak Jajuli, and it also to try to give the explanation. Once again, thank you. Thank you. Give applause for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your coming. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.